today's video is going to be Layla's 2-month update. There's been quite a few things that has changed since her last 1-month update, and I'm really excited to share these things with you guys. Hopefully seeking some advice. That's the number one thing on my list. The poop explosions. Is that why you're fussy? I'm so glad I got that on video. So glad. That's going on YouTube. Everybody's gonna see your poop explosion. Yes. So in this 2-month update, I'm going to talk about quite a few things. So hopefully this video is not too long. I'm going to try to make it as quick as possible. But if you want to see or hear about all of Layla's milestones that she's been going through in her last 2 months, then just keep watching. Okay, so first things first, the excessive amount of poop explosions that Layla had been having. Layla had a ton of poop explosions during her 2 months of life, and you know, at first my mom was saying that I've been drinking a lot of coffee, maybe it's a coffee, da 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 da. So I was like, okay, let me cut out coffee for about 5 days and see what the difference is. Not only was she having poop explosions, but she was having a ton of baby acne, and that was the you okay? That was the only thing that I was having a lot of constantly. So I cut out the coffee or the caffeine for 5 days, and I noticed that her poop explosions started to decrease. She hadn't had them in a while, and her baby acne was starting to go away as well. So when Layla went in for her 2-month doctor's appointment, I did bring it to my doctor's attention about her poop explosions, let her know that, you know, hey, Layla's been having a ton of poop explosions, and I cut out coffee and it's slowed down. Do you think it could be the caffeine? And she was like, oh yeah. She said, you know, caffeine does to a baby what it does to you. So she said, you know, cut out the caffeine, maybe just have 1 cup of coffee a day or have it every other day because it can be very sensitive to her stomach. So I have cut out the caffeine, not completely, but I only have it on occasions. I try to have maybe 1 or 2 iced coffees like a week, and that's it. And right now, I mean, because I crave it so much, I'm even trying to do decaf iced coffee just to see if maybe that's a little bit better for her, and I'm sure it's going to be better for me also. So I have cut out the caffeine and stuff, and I noticed that her poop explosion has gone down tremendously, and she does not have baby acne anymore. So I'm really, really happy about that. Next thing, crying and fussiness during 5 weeks. So when Layla was 5 weeks old, she was super cryy, super fussy, and agitated all the time, and she just was crying most of the day like she is now. So during that time, I discovered the Wonder Weeks app. So with the Wonder Weeks app, it tells you whenever the baby's going through a milestone, and if the baby is going through a milestone, then they tend to be a lot more fussier, crankier, and crying a lot more. So Lord and behold, during 5 weeks is when the baby goes through, or Layla, any baby goes through their first major leap of mental development. So because she was going through that mental leap, it caused her to be really, really fussy and cranky. So that's the reason why. So I'm so glad I have that app, because now I'm able to really understand, you know, at times when she's being fussy, that it's not her fault. It's because she's going through some kind of leap that is causing her to be cranky and, you know, fussy and just crying a lot more. So it helps me understand what she's going through and why she is the way she's acting. So I really, really enjoy that app, and I do recommend it for any new moms out there that are trying to understand, you know, the developmental stages of their baby, because trust me, it is a lifesaver, and it is definitely a game changer. The next thing I wanted to talk about was how fast she's been growing. Layla has been growing at the speed of lightning, I swear. Like, she's going through her clothes so fast. Some of the newborn clothes that I bought for her, she didn't even get to wear, so I'm like putting them aside for friends and family that are soon expecting their little girl. You know what I'm talking about. And so I've been putting those aside for her. Right now she's wearing a 3 month. She can fit in some 3 to 6 months, and even some 6 months. So she's definitely getting big, and I'm surprised how chunky she's getting just off of my breast milk, you know. That's really, really cool. So she is growing really fast, and definitely growing out of her clothes so quickly. She's even growing out of her diapers fast as well. Let's see. Next thing is, this next thing that I'm going to talk about is a really, really big deal that I've been going through with her, and it's the fact that she's not taking bottles. When she was born, because I was breastfeeding and I wanted to exclusively breastfeed, I did not introduce any bottles or nipples or pacifiers to her because I didn't want her to suffer from nipple confusion. And I talked a little bit about that in my last update for her. Now that I'm back working, I wanted her to get accustomed to taking the bottle. So about 2 weeks prior to me getting off of maternity leave, I started trying to introduce her to bottles. And I did my research and, I read that they said, don't let, me give her the bottle because sometimes that can confuse her. Try to have somebody else do it and all that. So I went out. I already had a ton of bottles for her that I got gifted to me during my baby shower and also things that I have bought while I was pregnant. So I had my bottles ready for her. And I started pumping and saving my milk, and I started to try to introduce her. Yeah. I started trying introducing her to the bottles, and she would not take the bottle. I tried Born Free and Event first, and in neither one of those she liked, neither one of those she took. So I went to Toys R Us or Babies R Us and I bought like 6 different bottles. I bought the newer Born Free bottles. I bought the Tippy Tommy bottle, the Comatoma bottle. I bought Nook, the Nook pacifier, or not the Nook pacifier, but the Nook nipples. I also bought the traditional brown old school bottle nipples and nothing. There was another brand that I bought too. I can't remember the name of it, but I bought every bottle that Babies R Us offered. I researched the best bottles for breastfeeding babies, and I bought those as well. And I've tried them all, and nothing seems to work. What's wrong? So I have been having a problem with her accepting bottles from me, even if I'm not in the house, because I read that sometimes babies can sense when the mom is still in the house and won't take a bottle. I have left the house, tried to give her bottles. She wouldn't take it. She had been, I tried to let her cry it out a little bit to see maybe she'll take it then. Still nothing. She wouldn't take the bottles. So I am to the point now where I'm working. Thank God I work from home and I am able to still breastfeed her. But it's coming to a point where it's starting to worry me because if I want to go out at night or if I want to go get my nails done or get my hair done or something that I can't take her with me, or if I'm going to an event with her that is kind of hard or inconvenience, it's going to be an inconvenience to breastfeed her. I can't give her a bottle. So I find myself, having to take her everywhere, which I don't mind. I really enjoy spending time with my baby and all that. So that's why I need, I've been worried about her not taking the bottle. Like I really, really want to start working on it. And I must say that I've slacked off myself and, and trying, and I want to start trying again. Matter of fact, today I am even thinking of pumping because a while back I read that sometimes, your milk can produce these, what is it called? It's like this enzyme that breaks down the fat in your milk after you have pumped or after it has been expressed from the boob. And it causes your milk to have like a super soapy, like metallic taste. So some moms have to scald their milk in like boiling hot water first and then ice it so that it can stop the enzyme from breaking down the fat in the milk and it doesn't have that super gross taste. So that's something that I was going to try. I have all the supplies to try it. I just have been, I'm not going to lie, lazy and haven't tried it yet. But it is something that I am going to try today because Layla has to start taking bottles because there is going to be a point in time where I'm going to have to go somewhere and she's not going to be able to come with me in like doctor's appointments or, whatever. And somebody's going to have to watch her and she's going to have to take a bottle. So that is something that I'm struggling with right now with her. And I've talked to my doctor about it and she doesn't see the real, the big deal in it being that I work from home. But, I think it's a big deal because like I said, if there's times where I need someone else to watch her, what is she going to do? She can't starve. So it is something that I plan on working on with her, and I'm hoping that eventually she will take some bottle. She doesn't even take pacifiers either, so she just doesn't like any foreign objects in her mouth other than my nipple, just to be straight up with you guys. So it is a struggle, and I'm working on it. So if any of you moms out there that has had this issue with your baby or anything like that, please let me know what you have done that worked for you because I swear I felt like I have tried everything and nothing seems to work. So leave your comments down below if you have any ideas or any suggestions on what to do because I'm struggling, y'all. Next thing I want to talk about is her swing. So at about in November, we bought her or I was actually gifted a swing from my aunt and my uncle for Layla. And at first she didn't like it. She cried and cried and cried in it. Now she absolutely loves being in her swing. And I'm so glad because now I'm able to do stuff downstairs when I need to. So I can put her in her swing, wash dishes, clean the living room. You know, I can even chill and watch TV, edit some videos while she's in her swing. And she loves it. She loves the music. She loves the way it just rocks back and forth, and she likes, there's like a little thing up top that swings with her, and she loves watching that swing back and forth. So she really, really enjoys her swing now. So I'm so happy about that. I noticed that Layla is becoming more independent, piggybacking off of her swing. At first, I would have to put her to sleep in my arms and then put her in the swing to fall asleep. Now I can put her in the swing and she'll fall asleep on her own. Even in her boppy, you know, before I would have to put her to sleep in my arms and then put her on the bed while she's sleeping or whatever. Now I can put her in her boppy and she'll sit there and she'll play and talk and laugh and then she'll fall asleep right on her own. So she's becoming a lot more independent in that aspect of falling asleep on her own. I don't have to like necessarily put her to sleep anymore. She'll put herself to sleep, which I think is really cool. Um, also, I noticed that she's discovering herself now. It was the most amazing time when I saw her discover her hands. She was laying on the bed and she saw them and she was like, her eyes just open and she's like, oh my God, what is this? And she was like moving them and just looking at them and she tried to put them in her mouth. So I thought that was really cool. She's definitely starting to discover like different parts of her body. She knows now how to pull her headband off her head. That's something that she started to do around 2 months. She noticed her feet now. She like tries to grab them and play with them. And I just think it's really, really cool how much she's growing and developing and exploring. So that's really awesome. Layla also got sick for the first time during 2 months. It was really scary because she was super congested. She had the runny nose, the coughing, and she also had like dry choking, which scared the living crap out of me when she was sick. She would just dry choke, like choke for no reason. And it would literally scare me. I went to the doctor and they told me to give her Motrin. I was giving her the Motrin and that seemed to work a lot for her. Also, I was using the nose Frida to keep her nose clear, and that was a true lifesaver. I'm telling you, I don't know where I would have been or what life would have been without that nose Frida. It is amazing. I absolutely love it. She likes it, surprisingly. And you taste no snot, which is amazing. I think it's the best thing ever. If you're questioning what to give somebody for a baby shower or whether or not you should get it, trust me, go get it. I'm telling you, if I could get it for myself and use it for myself, I would do it. It's so good. So she did have her first cold or, you know, sickness. It wasn't really a flu, but she had her first cold. But she got over it. She's doing really well now. Next thing, she has been smiling and talking and engaging in conversations so much. If you follow me on Snapchat, you see us in the morning. That's her favorite time of the day, I swear, is morning time. Whenever she wakes up, she just looks at me with these big bright eyes and she starts smiling and talking and we have conversations. I think she's telling me about her dreams that she has. That's what I say. But she talks to me, she has conversations, she smiles, she laughs with me. She has just been engaging in so much conversation. She's so talkative now. It's amazing. And that's like my favorite time, or my favorite thing to see her do, is just to talk to her and laugh with her and smile with her. She's such a good baby. So that is another thing that has been happening. Next, she loves being on her belly. So tummy time has, you know, most moms say that tummy time is usually not such a good time for babies. They tend to get really frustrated and aggravated during tummy time. Sorry, baby. But Layla tends to be, she tends to like being on her stomach. She holds her head up really well now. So she's doing really good on with tummy time. Her neck is getting so much stronger. And she also enjoys Children's Lullaby on Pandora and the Disney channels on Pandora. If I sing to her, she likes it. She likes when I sing Disney Channel, or not Disney Channel, but Disney songs to her. And then she loves the children lullaby. So like classical music she enjoys, piano, like playing songs, or she loves that. She also loves listening to Arturo Sandoval, which is a really good trumpet player. She likes listening to him. She is a lot like her dad when it comes to music. She really, really loves music, and she loves like good music, like classical, Beethoven. Beethoven is her favorite I guess artist or composer he is. She loves The Fairy Lace. That is one of her favorite songs. She would listen to that. Once she hears that, she completely calms down immediately. So Layla knows what good music is. I think she gets that from her dad. Next thing, she gets hiccups a lot. They went away and I noticed that they're starting to come back, but she constantly has hiccups and she doesn't like it. It makes her super cranky. But I guess that's typical in every baby. Just to the point where, like I said, she's becoming so much more independent and discovering herself and her strength. She's discovering her strength. She is now trying to come out of her boppy. So I can't, like, now I definitely have to keep my eye on her at all times because her legs are getting so strong that she's pushing herself up out of her boppy. And one day we were all sitting downstairs and she was in her swing and she woke up and she started using her legs to jerk herself up and almost flipping out of the swing. So now whenever she's in her swing, I have to make sure that she's buckled because she is getting strong enough now where I won't be surprised if she will flip herself out of that swing. So to prevent that happening, from now on, I am buckling her up in her swing. Other than that, the only other updates I have on Layla in her 2-month is that she got her ears pierced. She looks so cute with her ears pierced, but it was definitely sad because she did cry. And she also got her 2-month shots, which I think was like 5 shots. So that was definitely an experience for her when she went to get her her 2-month doctor's appointment because it was painful. She had her ears pierced and she got shots in her legs and her legs were really sore. She was very fussy that day, but she took it like a champ and the next day she was back to normal. So I'm really glad about that. But otherwise, she's doing really good. She weighs, I think last time we went to the doctor for her 2-month, she was about 10 pounds, 13 ounces, and she was 23 inches long. So she is getting really big and really heavy and she's eating a ton. So that wraps up Layla's 2-month update. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm really sorry if it was kind of long, but that month I definitely had a lot of things to update you guys on and I'm probably forgetting a ton of things, but if I remember, I will go ahead and update it in her 3-month update, which I'll be filming very soon. Just keep in mind she just made 3 months, but I still wanted to film this video and get it up for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope you guys enjoy her update videos so you can see how much she's growing and changing and all that. But thank you guys so much for watching, and make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below and give this video a thumbs up. I will be filming my last final postpartum update next, so that will be up right after this video. And I think that's it. So thank you guys again for watching, and I hope you guys have an awesome, awesome, blessed day. Bye. The next thing that I see is actually bubble wrapped here. Oh my gosh. No freaking way. Y'all, this is like one of the best BoxyCharm boxes I have ever gotten in my life.